And welcome to Stargeekz. This is Sean.
This is Lil.
This is Steve.
And this is Ed.
Oh,
and there's
Kenneth.
Kenneth dropped it in the last second.
Clutch.
Oh man, Lil, your Bears are playing right now, so I know you're not focused right now.
I'm focused enough. I got like a bunch of things. I got this screen. I got my homework up. I got this screen. I got my Bears on, and I got you guys. So it's like I'm sandwiching between some love.
Oh, well, I thank you for being here, my friend. For the season finale of Ahsoka, episode 8.
So are we going to do the episode, or are we going to rate the whole season?
I think we should do the episode, then do the season.
Yeah, I think so too. Thank you, Steve.
Okay.
I'll start off. I loved it. I didn't love it. I wanted more, but I know it's setting up more. But at the same time, I got a lot from this episode, which was there were some awesome things going on. And I was like, oh man, that is so cool. Something we've never gotten in the Star Wars universe. Live action, mind you. We've never gotten that. And that I thought was a really cool thing. I'm trying not to spoil it, but man.
This whole show is spoilers. What are you
I know. Dude, the dead stormtroopers is just fucking like, oh, great. That was just great for me.
I've got a nit to pick.
Yeah, I mean, so do I. It wasn't perfect.
I would be shocked if you did it for this episode. I would be shocked because there's many. There's many.
There's a lot. There's a lot. One time I even paused the show. I'm like, are we seeing this? Rachel's like, oh
Steve,
my God.
Yeah, Steve, first of all, I agree with your hate because I'm 100% sure your hate is on one person, and I agree with your hate. Like, it is not warranted.
Mine is on 2.
I don't like it, but I can say that she was. If you watched Rebels, she was trained by Kanan Jarrus. So there was something there. So I can't.
Don't already try to like change.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you don't even know what I'm going to complain about.
Let these nits be picked, my friend.
Okay. You know what? Pick y'all's nits. I'm gonna hand it off to Steve. I'm gonna let Steve do his thing real quick because I want to get his shit out.
Most of my stuff we do spoilers here, right? Spoiler breaker.
At this point, yeah, we're gonna.
I don't want to drop in any crazy details till we get everybody's basic opinions, but I liked it. I didn't love it. I was really, what I really didn't like? I really didn't like the music at the end. I'm like, I think where's my other music?
Agreed.
But again, visually stunning. I mean, it leaves a lot of questions unanswered. I have a lot of questions on where things are going. I have a lot of nits to pick, but they're all silly things. It's all just basic movie and storytelling stuff. And, and it's just like, but Hu Yang was blinking his fucking ass off in this episode, bro. Blinking his ass off.
He's got allergies.
Yo, he was like,
I know they used his blinking as like comedic relief at one point. Like somebody said something, and he just like slow blinked and then looked away, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, I don't know. But I have some nits to pick when it. But like it's I thought the fighting was all okay. I think that was one of my big problems. Was everything seemed very slow. Like none of it. It all seemed like they were like filmed while they were doing choreography, not necessarily fighting. It didn't feel any impact. We talked about when Ray Stevenson and when Lord Balin and Ahsoka fought earlier, you could feel the power. Like it felt like he was swinging a baseball bat that weighed like 400 pounds. Like he just like here with Morgan fighting Ahsoka. It just seemed like they were just kind of dancing around. And for the most part, everybody else just kind of stumbles through fighting. Like the fighting wasn't really a thought here. It was just like, lucky, I guess. I don't know. But I still liked it. I thought it was a good episode. We'll go with Ed.
My review for this episode almost falls kind of within the entire series because it kind of wraps it up and feels throughout. I like the music throughout. I even liked in this one. So I think Kevin Kiner, this is an Emmy right here with this series. It pulls different motifs from everything from Rebels, from Clone Wars, from original series, from the prequel series. Visually, as Steve mentioned, fantastic. It looks and feels like Star Wars all the way through.
Oh yeah.
My big thing is, I mean, as much as I love Dave Filoni because he knows Star Wars, he knows how to make it feel Star Wars and look Star Wars, and you get those tie-ins from. And there's a bunch in here that called from other movies, and well, we know Clone Wars and Rebels. But I'm not sure where the disconnect is in the writing. There's just certain spots. Like we got some great exposition in this that we needed in the first couple of episodes. It would have made me much more involved in the characters and their development. I mean, I'm glad we got it. It just felt a little late. Overall, I still do love it. I mean, I'm a Star Wars fan, so you'd have to work really hard, sequel trilogy, for me not to like it. But
they worked hard. You had to like that one.
I know. Yeah. I know we talked about it in the last one. So yes, I enjoyed the ride. It didn't end as rough as I thought it might, but all right. Kenneth, what do you got?
Similar to you, Ed, my thoughts on this episode is kind of reflects the whole season itself, and it was good acting. Most of the time, it looked pretty good. It sounded great, except for the unforgivable sin of not using Thrawn's pipe, his organ theme from the Rebel show. They didn't want to use it, and so that really irritated me that they didn't do it. But I mean, I had a lot of fun with the show. I definitely have to rank it. It might be number 2 overall. Definitely number 3 for all the Disney Plus shows so far. My problem with my main problem with it is Thrawn, compared to how he was written so well in the Rebel show, is that Thrawn kind of accidentally wins in this by escaping. I mean, I can't really talk about it without spoiling it, but you know, obviously he comes back, he makes it back, but he didn't make it back because he was really tactically wise and accomplished it. He just left somebody behind to die, knowing she was going to die, which, okay, cold and calculating. It came across more as cold, but not necessarily calculating. Like, I don't know. So, I mean, it's really nitpicking it, but it was still fun. And it's obviously awesome to see all those characters in live action for the first time.
I would say behind that is calculated, but like he lost one but got 3. So he still has 3 with him. So you know.
Yeah, he has the 3 that matter, clearly.
Yeah.
You know.
I did like the title of this episode too. The Jedi, the Witch, and the Warlord. I was like,
yeah.
It was like,
I like it. So good.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So good. And to clarify my thoughts about the music, Ed, really quick, I still love the music, but I just love that end theme so much. And they put a different theme at the end, and I was like, God damn it. But sorry. Hello?
Yeah. So I actually had more problems than I wanted to have with this episode. There was I was really disappointed. Like there were scenes I like. So as a story, I'm disappointed. As watching scenes, I enjoyed. Right? Like, and I think my biggest disappointment is Balin, because there was nothing there. Right? And I'm not saying that, you know, I know what Filoni was focused on, right? But I don't think when they were editing and he was looking at the dailies that he realized what he had here in the character. And I think also it's unfortunate because now we've seen this happen to numerous star actors and characters in shows and movies, right? Where like before the premiere or before it comes out or even during, like the actor dies, and they embody so much of that character. And it's going to be hard to fill those shoes in because Ray Stevenson's passing. So I think that's part of my disappointment, is because there's so much more to tell with that character, and it's got to lead into something. And we're not going to get that same gravitas, I don't think. But you know,
who mentioned Liev Schreiber last week? Because I mean, rest in peace, Ray Stevenson. Trust me, I think that he's great and his performance is going to be untouched. You throw a Liev Schreiber in there with the white beard.
That could. You're right.
Hair.
That could.
I've already seen a meme cooking already. They were like, Liev Schreiber. I'm like, damn.
Steve, you know who else I'm thinking? Russell Crowe. Stoic Russell Crowe.
Oh my God! If we get the Pope's exorcist, Russell Crowe, if we get that level of Russell Crowe, I'm fucking
not
there,
the jokey
bro.
joke, but yes,
Or what was that? What was that? Unhinged. If we get unhinged level Russell Crowe, it's gonna.
I don't know.
Tops.
Since he played Zeus, I can't see him the same way ever again.
I hated that Zeus.
But you haven't seen the Pope's Exorcist.
The Pope's Exorcist was so good, Ed. It is ridiculous.
It's unbelievable how good
that movie.
All right,
so
I'm gonna put that on my list.
It's so dumb. Like I put it on to make fun of it, and I was at the end. I was like, God damn, that was good. And Russell Crowe was the best part of it. Holy crap!
Yeah, he was. So I think for me, 59. Like this episode is really kind of like it's a sidekick because I enjoyed a lot of the scenery. You know, the visuals are fantastic, big things, but like to me, the plot fell apart in a sense because it did. And this is why I hate long form television, especially when it comes to streaming services, because who the hell knows when this is going, where we're going to see this again, right? Like in The Mandalorian, they shoehorned a Mando episode into Book of Boba Fett because they're like, well, this is going to be forever before we see Mando and Grogu again. So let's shoehorn it into this series. And I don't like this. I don't like this overall. If you're going to give me a story, give me a beginning, a middle, and an end. Do not continue off. Like this left on such a cliffhanger with no ending that it's almost ridiculous. And I'm very disappointed in that because I was having a great time throughout. Me and my wife were watching every episode. Everything. We both liked it. She wants to go back and watch, Rebels and Clone Wars and everything. But the other part of that, too, is she's never seen those cartoons. And then we get that end stinger kind of thing with Balin. And there's been no explanation or lore discussing that. And this whole series, if you did not watch any of the animation, you are lost. You have no idea. They're on Middle Earth. And that's what it is. It's they're taking the boat down to the
you could do that whole end scene and put fucking like Lord of the Rings music behind it with Balin standing on a statue.
Somebody did.
It's like
and you got Ahsoka as Samwise, and jeez, he's just so.
How does Ahsoka get relegated to Samwise?
Well,
it's like they haven't learned their lesson from the Marvel shows, where it's like the Marvel shows were able to tell good individual chapters, but while still building towards something, but you still have a contained story.
Yeah.
And all of these seasons are building towards something, but not being as complete within their framework.
Well, that is the one thing, right? Is Marvel. Even though some of the shows weren't great, we know that. I can tell you.
I ain't talking the shows. I'm just talking the movies.
But I'm saying even the shows, right? But the shows had an ending. There was an ending to it.
Yeah.
And then we know there's going to be a continuation, but they ended it.
Well,
there was no ending.
This is the problem with that, though. It's kind of. Although I feel you. Like I'm definitely with you on that one. Like I did feel empty after. I was like, I ain't like that, but. You know what's easy about the Marvel shows? They had so many stories before that, and Star Wars does, but this is a new story, so it's like they didn't have anything before it. But
it's not because they have Rebels and they have Clone Wars.
I know, but it's weird. But it's like a different story, though. It seems like to me it's like a different story. It's not a Rebel story, and it feels.
But it relies so much on Rebels.
I agree. I think it's because it's from animation to live action. I think it was just kind of like, I don't feel the same thing. Like I felt like for Rebels, I don't feel this same connection. And I think it's hard because it's only done in 8 episodes, which is fucking crazy. And then the fact that they're going to go into a movie, I don't think they can even go into a movie after this. I think you have to still stick with the series. Because
there's still more setup to do because I don't know where.
Well, that's the thing, right? In this whole, so Sabine met Ezra. Was it last week's episode where she?
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
So okay, but we've gotten one conversation between them two.
Yeah, and
that's it. There's been no character building between any of these people. You have had no conversations between Ahsoka and anybody. She talked to Hu Yang for a second before it cuts to another scene. Nobody talks to anybody in this show. Nobody talks to anybody about anything. It's just we're just moving to set up, and it's fine. Like as someone that likes action and likes shit to go, and you know, I'm here for it. But at the same time, like I didn't get the feeling that they had been missing for 15 years. You know,
I agree.
Or they didn't give me that like holy shit, you know, like that.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, how's it going? Oh man, you know, it's kind of fucking weird out
I
here.
have
you
a
know?
beard
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, that's where we stand at. I mean, I guess we'll review the whole show. I mean, we'll review the whole show after we go through our little spoiler moment. But
I will say I like the fucking Transformer Constructicon that Thrawn's driving around in now. That thing looks fucking sweet, right? I like that ring goes around it. I was like, "Ooh, shit! He's got a new ship."
that shit looked tough as a motherfucker. Yeah, I was like, "Oh, I need that too."
See, this is what's gonna happen, Sean. You say you're out, and then they come out with some shit like that.
I know they fucked me over. I'm like, God,
You know
damn
that's
it,
gonna be a HasLab for sure.
Oh yeah, I definitely can see that.
Something awfully sexual about this picture, and I don't know what it is.
Oh, I know what it is.
Well, I mean, this is where we start off, and I thought this was a really cool scene. To where as if like, you know, this is where they're talking, but this scene right here where we jump into her getting her.
But again, this is something from Rebels. You know, this is the sword from not Rebels, Clone Wars,
Right?
Because this is
Fighting
I didn't
Mace
know
Windu.
It to me, it was just a glowy green sword. I was
exactly,
like,
Steve.
bad sword.
You, it was a
There
glowy
was
green
nothing-
sword.
I agree. I was like, oh, is it gonna be a lightsaber or some shit? Like, is it gonna be like Asajj Ventress's shit or some shit? No, just a sword.
Yeah, but it's what
It's a green pokey
what
stick.
the main Night Sister had in Clone Wars.
In a video game, that would do acid damage.
I was a little pissed about this too because it was like that's Steve good. That was a good thing. I was pissed about it because they gave you all this right here, and I was like, oh, that's cool, and it led up to nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it led up to a bad fight, which is crazy because Morgan and Ahsoka had a good fight in the Mandalorian episode. In that Mandalorian episode, they had a pretty good fight against each other that was really like good and had some stakes and felt climactic. This, you had a whole bunch of zombie stormtroopers watching them fight.
They stopped to watch them fight, and that was the most absurd.
They're zombie stormtroopers. They don't have mental capacity to enjoy the fight scene. Like I don't understand this.
And he just kept
Very
coming.
mad at this episode. Now that I'm talking about it, I'm getting
Oh
angry.
no, that was one of the biggest problems. Though, like they were when they first came up, the stormtroopers first came up and started shooting at Ahsoka while she's fighting with Morgan. I'm thinking, oh fuck yeah, this is nice. Like this is a nice break. Like they're not just gonna stand around and fall into single file lines waiting to get destroyed, right? And I'm like, great. Like he's gonna have to fight her. Ahsoka's gonna have to fight Morgan and fight the stormtroopers at the same time. This is awesome. Nope. Stormtroopers just all circle around and stand there
And do nothing. And stand
And the weirdest thing was their eye lenses were glowing, but that's not what their eyes are. Those lenses are way the fuck out here, bro.
Yeah, well, technically, yeah.
I mean, unless it's Anya Taylor-Joy in every single one of those helmets, that's not where the eyes are. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
They do drop some really good nuggets in there when they're talking about the fact that she heard them. What was her? I wrote it down. That she heard them their dream. So the Night Sisters are asleep, and then even Ezra mentions later on and says, well, Thrawn came and woke them up. So there's something to that, which that kind of makes me wonder with all of those caskets that they brought on board that have glowing lights on them. So are they, I don't think they're dead. I think they're all in like stasis or asleep, almost like carbonite. So
Did I miss the part where they said what those were?
Well, we don't know. We still don't know what they are.
Yeah, they still didn't
But
give us
we
a
kind of,
hint.
we're just speculating. But the fact that they said they were asleep makes me think that all of those in those boxes are just sleeping and they're not dead.
So are they all Night Sisters then?
We still don't know. Night Sisters.
Well,
they
they're
might-
going back to the night, right? They're going to the Night Sister home planet, right?
Dathomir, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's my guess is they're going to that planet and being all with them. And Morgan. We're in spoilers.
Yeah.
She sacrificed herself so everyone could get there.
Huh.
And so it could be mostly sisters, but again, that's Darth Maul and Savage Press. So
True.
imagine a whole army of them as well.
And then this scene's kind of like, even I, as someone who doesn't watch the cartoons and all that, knew everything that was happening here. Like,
Right.
But like Ezra was like discovering it all for the first time. And I'm like, there's a lot of stuff you guys could have showed us. A lot of conversations that could have been had, where actually useful information was being conveyed.
A mirror, they're all Darth Maul clones. Yeah, that would be crazy.
That'd be awesome.
Well, the problem is they would all be they would be cannon fodder and they'd get wiped out. I mean, it's not like I'm expecting that group of whatever's in the coffins to be an actual formidable force.
But what if
And
they
they-
bring
and
back
They
Darth
should
Maul
be,
to
but
lead
I don't
them?
have faith they will.
And they
If
still
bring back
were
Darth Maul.
they still were like cannon fodder, and like they came back as zombies and they just shambled and got smoked out. Then
Well, the other thing that made me
wham,
mad too was
wham.
when Sabine was fighting them as well, and like they're shooting her from the back, and she's not even turning around and looking at them. I'm like, how are they not hit her in the head at this point?
Well,
Like,
she got
five-
Mandalorian armor on, man.
She
Like,
got
that-
armor on at
that point, though.
seemingly, for some fucking reason, Mandalorian armor, you can have cloth on, and all they'll do is hit the fucking armor. Like, I watched this shit.
Bro,
like,
she
I'm
Wonder Woman's it too. She's always like pow, pow, pow.
Yeah.
She's like-
But
And
I did like this part here where they were talking about Kanan,
Oh,
and
fucking
he
love it.
built the
Yeah.
lightsaber very similar to Kanan's lightsaber. So
I know. That's why I was like, oh.
And it sounded like an actual lightsaber.
It did, Ed. It
Which was-
really did. It
I didn't
really-
like that scene where like you had all three of them. Oh, it's probably coming up where all the
Start
stormtroopers were
yeah.
shooting and they were just sitting there blocking.
Yeah.
It's like this is going on a long time.
I mean, I do need the lightsaber, though.
Well,
I'm
the
just
whole-
saying.
the explanation after, because obviously Sabine's listening to this and you could tell that she's getting pissed, like, oh yeah, your master's hooking you up and I don't get shit for mine, and then she vanishes. But when they explain the history and the reason why Ahsoka and Sabine kind of parted ways, that's what I was talking about earlier about, I could have used this exposition episode 2 or 3. It would have made it so much better understanding why they are the way they are. You wait until the very end and go, oh, okay, I get it now. But it
wouldn't
was
it
always,
have been a great conversation to tell Jason
yes.
to have him talk to him and explain it in episode 2 when she's in the hospital bed?
Mhm.
When he could say something like, hey, what happened between them? I haven't seen Ahsoka in a long time, or whatever. I haven't seen her in several billion years. And then he could tell, that part of the story. And then boom, that plot hole's filled because we've been waiting now not 8 episodes to figure out
It's
what happened for the last 15 years.
that's
Yeah.
90% of her performance right there.
So-
That look.
Just sitting there.
Although I have to just say that although it was great exposition, it created a few more scratchy head moments as far as the timeline, but we'll save
don't-
that for afterwards.
I don't like any of their conversations, Sabine and the
I don't
Ahsoka's,
think
because
they
they
have-
never say anything.
I don't either. It
they,
feels so
they just
flat.
pontificate at each other. They just say like feelings, and she's like, And
The
then
weird thing
next
is,
scene, it's like
Steve, I agree with you. I like them both, but for some odd reason, I don't feel chemistry between the two of them. I don't feel that they I don't know, they care for each other, love each other, whatever it is. Like in Rebels, like between Ezra and Kanan, you felt that bond, right? Even early on, you felt that bond. Like here, it just really, I don't know what it is. I don't know
they
if it's
can't
the
they can't
actresses.
stand each other
Yeah,
in
it's
real
just something
life
weird.
or in this galaxy far, far away.
He said,
Oh, I don't
"Really,
think
feel
it's
like you
true,
do."
but it's so weird.
The only good part about this scene is it kind of makes Ahsoka, and you understand that she has now gotten over all of her past angst with Anakin. Like she's accepted it now and knows him for who he is and what he provided her. And I think she's pretty much past all right, he was Darth Vader, but he was still a good master, and Anakin was a good guy.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
I do like the TIE fighters screaming in here. It's
I
always
like
good
this
to see
scene.
TIE fighters.
I actually like this scene though. Like I thought fucking Ezra and I thought Ezra and Ahsoka have more better chemistry than Sabine and Ahsoka. To be honest, like it's
Well,
weird.
I like Ezra in this, but like this, all this. Like, it's really like I feel like they've lifted and done a lot harder things.
I agree.
Like they're just like with a ship, and it's two of them. Like, wow.
Well, this scene overall, I think was good, right up to the very end when they do the boost move, which was fine, except for when the TIE fighters take their hands
instead of just steer out of the way.
Like, you can do this faster than this and not die.
It was ridiculous, Kenneth. I like that. I liked that her crashing and sacrificing the ship to take them both out. But
that was awesome.
Ridiculous.
Like all they had to do was have it where they were doing a attack run from the back, and then as the TIE fighters are taking off, going away from them, then you hit them, and then they wouldn't have seen it coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this they just looked like they're completely inept. Like the Empire sucks everywhere. And then she makes
Don't keep going.
Makes that 5 mile.
Make bigger skips.
She makes like that 5 mile walk in like 2 minutes, and she's like, "Got him."
Yeah.
Ugh. I hate it. I don't like it.
Yeah, here's the toy right there. You're gonna see.
Wait, let me see that toy again. Hold on, I need that.
I need one of those big ass horse dogs. Those things are sweet.
I had a note about something that Ahsoka and Sabine, in their conversation, when Ahsoka says, "No matter what happens next, I'll be there for you." So, is that just foreshadowing what happens later in the episode when Sabine stays behind, or is it giving us an indication of Sabine's potential fall to the dark side?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And I'm
it could go either way, and I don't know if it's long, short game or long game.
I don't think Sabine's going to the dark side.
She fights like the Empire, so she can't hit shit.
The only Rebels cast member that's going to go to the dark side's Chopper. I don't think any of the organic.
Oh, he's already there.
True.
Dark anyway.
No, I think they're not gonna do that to her. But it's
he's got the play pause VHS button on his collar there.
Yo, did you get that? I know you had to get this feeling when he said like rain fire down on them. I was like, God damn you, Thanos.
Well, he said rain hellfire too, and I'm like, do they know what hell is in Star Wars?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, wait. Yeah.
I rewound that. I'm like, did he say hellfire? Yeah. I'm like,
are they just gonna start dropping like Jesus Christ all of a sudden?
Well, they dropped the F-bomb in Andor for the first time in a Star Wars.
Is Anakin Jesus?
Yeah, I know. In a galaxy far, far away, fuck still is a word that has the impact that it does here now.
When you had the image of Thrawn, I forgot to mention something. It was from the very beginning, but as much as I want to like Thrawn, I struggle with him because he's so one-dimensional.
Really?
I guess he comes across way better on the Rebels animated series than he does in live action.
Oh, yeah.
But then the other part of it is just, when he constantly is like, yes, well, I intended for that to happen, even though I didn't, but it still worked to my advantage because I planned for it. Like, what? The only thing that I liked is when he finally said, even I fell victim to the heroic effort of a single Jedi, never again. I'm like, oh, he admits flaw. Finally.
See, well, I think what we're seeing is a guy here who has zero resources. I mean, he is operating this whole thing on like bubblegum and duct tape, man. Like, and you see his stormtroopers like held together with like ribbon. Like, it's not even like tape. It's like ribbons. Like, he's barely holding shit together, and he's just trying to save face, man. You see, he's got a little paunch on him. He's been stress drinking. It's not good for your boy.
I need 1, 2, 3, 4 lightsabers.
Well, she loses one here too.
I know.
So, are you going to get it with a cut in half, singed hilt?
I wonder if they're going to give her so season 4 is happening. Season 2 is happening. Like, there's no way they can go right into a movie because the writer's strike, all that crap happened.
Agreed.
There's no way they're not doing a season 2. So,
will it be season 2 or just like a different name show? Will they call a show Thrawn and have him be like the main focus? with them in it.
Look at that. That's all you need to know
Yeah.
right there. All of them stormtroopers are gonna die. That's useless.
But again, my problem here, Steve, I know you said you liked Ezra. I kind of didn't here. I don't think he fought well. I don't
Horrible.
Oh no, it was horrible. The choreography.
It was not.
No,
Ezra
this whole
from
scene
Rebels.
is terrible. No, I don't like any of this lightsaber play in this whole scene right here. I'm saying I like the actor they chose for Ezra. He looks like a cartoon character.
Yes.
Come to mind.
Oh yeah. No, I think he looks good, and I've got some nits to pick at the very end, and we'll talk about that scene. Oh my god, I was so just like, what the bleep.
Take the fucking helmet off.
Yeah, thank you.
Before you even get out of the goddamn
Why are
ship.
you wearing it?
No.
What are you
Yourself.
doing?
I swear to God, I was so fucking upset. I was like, dude, word. Like,
And he's just
really
standing
wanna
there
get
like,
this.
oh, everyone's got their guns pointed at me.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like,
hey,
no.
hey,
Chopper rolls up to him, and I'm like, what is happening?
Like,
Why are we doing this?
Why?
They would be shooting before you even got all the way down the ramp if they were smart. And then
It's
it would have been your own dumbass fault. Like, you're telling me you were just wearing that helmet the whole fucking time. And by the way, did you just bring a fucking ship from Thrawn's fucking ship onto this one? So you just brought a fucking tracking beacon over there?
Oh, no, excuse me. But how the fuck did he get off that ship? Because I did not see that scene. I missed that scene.
No,
Well, he dragged the body away, so
Yeah,
we
he
know
saw
he
armor.
did that, and we know he put the armor on, right, and hid.
I
But,
do like
how,
this.
How did he get off the ship?
I do like the video game mentality that, like, slash the door thing and the door will stop working. That's not how any of that works.
That's
That's
one of the small
Well,
things
to be
that's my
fair,
problem.
They
Why were the
doing that
doors
for
open?
Trilogy, shooting the doors and they were falling.
Yeah, unless
That's
they're
been
like,
around.
I mean, you're talking. So unless the Empire's straight up rolling fail secure door system, then it doesn't make any fucking sense. Which is probably
normally
not up to
closed
code.
door.
I don't know why the doors are open. If you're trying to slow them down, close all the doors.
Lock
Steve,
him.
I
Leave
need,
him
to,
locked?
I need to see the electrician for Star Wars.
I'd
and
be
the door
pissed
guy.
if I was the fucking tech that came to fix that fucking door. What the fuck, bro? Like, I gotta replace
Slashing
all
this
this shit.
I gotta take all this out. I gotta cut this wall.
I gotta order a new part. Fucking shipping slow. Like you're out like a month out this door.
It's a robot chicken scene.
Hyperspace
COVID
ain't
delayed
working.
all shipping on all these processors. Come on.
You know you're in like a whole other galaxy, right? These parts aren't easy to get.
Oh,
And this is in the temple. Like this temple has like
High tech.
power fucking systems. Like they got a generator room.
This
I
is
don't know.
where the Night Sisters were living. So yeah, I mean they had their temple. That's why he docked onto the penis.
It's just weird that there's like standard electricity there. Like they have door systems.
but I did like the dead shadow troopers. Like I'm like, ooh. that
Oh
was
yeah,
cool.
Oh yeah.
And
I
then like
enjoyed
if you
them having zombie stormtroopers. I thought that was really cool concept, but they didn't do shit.
don't
with
fast
it.
forward. Don't fast forward because like this scene right here. Look at her. That's a cosplay suit.
Oh, totally.
That's not. That's not good. None of that shit fits her.
It doesn't look good at all. But,
It was
I'm
meant to be
okay.
frozen.
Bitter.
Like that's not even leather she's pulling those guns out of. What is that? That's like a thin plastic. That's like an actual shit you get at Spirit Halloween.
Nothing wrong with Spirit. Got some good stuff.
Nothing wrong with spirits. I'm shitting on spirits.
You got Black
Spirit's awesome, not costumes, but the other shit they have in there. I did like you kind of got to see his little skeletal raw.
I
face.
did. That's what the part that people like really like are talking about. Like, oh shit, they showed the whole damn thing. Like that was cool. I
Yeah,
thought-
like
Yeah, considering he died, what, 15 minutes ago?
yeah. Well,
he's
I mean,
already he's like
Well, not
brains,
I
brains.
mean,
that's-
they didn't.
that's-
The stormtroopers with the white and red died. He didn't.
I did like how that one stormtrooper just started fucking beating the brakes off of Ezra with his hands. Like I was like,
But
I've never
I'm
seen somebody get
convinced-
punched around like that.
So I'm convinced they are already dead.
I'm convinced some of them are.
Yeah. Okay.
No, because they said something to the effect that they were willingly going.
Yeah,
To
the
sacrifice
regular
themselves.
stormtroopers were. These two weren't part of that regular group.
Oh,
that
yeah,
were-
yeah.
Yeah, because they were straight dead. Like straight.
We gotta start a whole little comic series, Sean, of the little chibi style stormtroopers that are dead and with their little glowy green eyes in the wrong spots.
I'm totally gonna draw one though this week. Yeah, I'm doing my 31 days of Inktober. So, this was stupid.
She finally can do it. I was like,
I
what is
didn't
this?
like it. I
This
didn't
is
like
Disney. This is Disney. This is the
I didn't
Disney
like
effect right here.
it. I didn't like it.
Classic Disney.
This was stupid. I didn't like any of
This
this.
is what I hated the most.
Why are like it's already so far away, like, and you're just standing there talking, but that was a good shot of Ahsoka. Like she looked like straight out of the show. Like she looks so good as the character. Like
I'm gonna be honest with you,
cast perfectly.
From the first time that we've seen it, it has advanced way better than what it was. Because I remember the first time we seen it had wrinkles in it or whatever, like, as a Mandalorian. Now it looks fucking great. It looks like her tentacles have a mind of their own because they like move and shit. I'm like, it's so cool.
I would think that the way that those things whip around while she's swinging her lightsabers around, though, I would think that she'd be like missing the tip off of one or something like those things are spinning around. She's fucking yeah. So why are these guys just standing there? Fucking shoot! It's like I'm not gonna hit him anyways, but just try.
Well, they're stormtroopers; they're not gonna hit shit anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
This was
they didn't
one
even
of
try.
This part
I'm
was
saying it's
one
not
of,
like stormtroopers are known for conserving ammo.
This part was one of that drove me insane when Ezra finally gets on the ship and she shoots from way down there and hits him. Like, where's that precision been for the last 7 episodes?
Seriously,
everybody would have been dead
to rights.
Yes.
And, like you were shooting like 10 feet away and whiffed completely.
Well,
now you're sharpshooting cats.
Maybe she's nearsighted. She can
shit.
Get far and up close. She's just like, I can't see.
She lost her.
They don't have glasses. They don't have glasses in Star Wars.
She had contacts on, maybe a little.
There are no optometrists in a
galaxy far away. If they
have you, Sean? Have you go through Star Wars? Have you seen any motherfuckers wearing glasses in Star Wars?
None.
Not one.
Nobody on that Jedi Council. You would have thought maybe somebody would be there looking smart.
I feel like they have marginalized the community
the doctor that they kill.
How do you feel about this?
Oh, the doctor in Andor.
He did have glasses. Oh, that's right.
And didn't that clone Doctor 2 in season 2 of Mando?
No, but which call had it too? And from the Bad Batch.
That's who I'm thinking of in Mando.
Tech.
Yeah.
Tech?
Yeah, but those aren't real glasses. Those are like binoculars.
No, fuck you. Those are glasses.
Yeah, we've seen people have fancy eyewear in Star Wars. We're talking about bifocals.
Yes.
Oh, you talking about
prescription lenses?
Yeah, I'm talking like you had to go to a doctor, cover the one eye, do the letters.
Plo Koon? Is that? I don't know.
I guess he does have those little things over.
Those little things. I don't know.
She was very
He
mad.
was tanning in the salon.
Angry.
Looks like
Anybody
a
that's
Twilight villain.
Married has seen that look before.
Yeah.
I hope Rachel's watching right now.
Oh. That was a kill shot.
She got 2 for
Both blades.
Yo, cut in half.
Yo, right. I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see. That would have been cool. Darth Maul.
Yeah, I'm looking at her little belly scratches, and I'm like, man, Sabine took one straight through the gut earlier in this very season, just fine.
Yeah, but these are 2 going across, Steve. All the intestines are cut.
Yeah,
where?
I don't bacterial infection, and
I would have been happier.
It doesn't even look like she cut her belt off.
Yeah, it didn't seem like a kill shot. It didn't seem like
there's a lot of layers. You look at all those layers between.
She had a lot of layers on.
Look at those layers. Several layers.
Several layers. A lot.
I mean, they're just gonna bring her back to life. I mean,
but who's gonna bring her back to life?
The Night Sisters will throw their magic.
Not them.
They're gone.
They bounced.
There'll be somebody there.
Peace.
I like how there's nobody. There's nobody down there where the only opening is.
Not one stormtrooper.
Those 2 jackasses down there.
They show up from their point of view.
They show up because he says, like, we're sending a whole bunch of people down your way. And he's like, okay. They show up and one of them's dead. Then there's a suspicious trail of blood leading over to where the other one's standing. Like, wait a second.
Oh, Steve, I tell you, keep the hits coming. Oh, I don't know. From this point, oh man,
So cool. Look at that thing, man. Oh, that
Yes.
looks awesome.
yo,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't really think it was that big.
You know, but look,
I didn't realize it was that big.
the amount of pressure that the people that built those clamps have to feel, because that thing's got a long way to travel, and if those clamps fail,
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a little bit smaller and more towards the nose. Like
That's what I thought too.
like
Yo, Kenneth, I thought
Obi-Wan's
the
Starfighter.
same shit. Yeah. I was like, damn, that shit was big as hell. It didn't seem that big before. I was like, what the fuck?
and there's a lot of great composition shots of this thing, like going right in front of planets, and it's like just the planets kind of perfectly silhouette the round. Like it's it's a really cool design. Very impractical, very hard to park, but very cool.
I've heard many references to the Back to the Future when they jump off and then they're on it as it rises up.
Back to the Future. That was like I knew it was gonna happen. I was like, oh well,
that's a cool shot right there, but it led to
It's
nothing.
so cool. Look at that; just looks awesome.
They look like they should be badasses, but
And then when they see them, they don't go like fire. They go what?
I know.
What? And they don't hit
do
shit
anything.
anyway.
They're not just raining down hellfire.
I like, and in Star Wars, it's like the only way you can beat being shot at is if you have a lightsaber or if you run. If you run, they can't hit you at all. Running is a superpower.
Well, only Imperial troops are so precise. Never.
No, they are. All right, this was kind of cool though. Like he was like when he was talking to her, he was like, well, I won and I'm out. And he just said, mew, and he was done.
I feel like they should have evened out that circle with another engine at the top. Feels like it's gonna start to do one of these, halfway through its.
I love when the throne was like, will you end up? I feel like you're gonna end up like your master, the dark side. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, will Ahsoka go to the dark side? I doubt it, but
no, none of them are going to the dark side. It's not happening.
you never know, Lil. You never
Just
know.
how similar you might become.
Yeah.
Well, she's going to flip the script because
Maybe more gray Jedi than dark side, like find that balance kind of thing.
It's not even about the balance anymore. I mean, she has the life force of the daughter in her, which is the light side of the Force. And now that she's made peace with Anakin, why is there any dark side there, right?
No.
Ooh, that's a really cool shot, Sean. When the fucking thing tears off hyperspace, and then you just see like in front of them the cool trail and like.
So, I would have actually been more pissed if they made it on the ship. I would have been like, "That is."
Yo, I
was a little surprised.
Yeah, I was too. I was like,
I was like, "Good job straining them," but we now need 5 more episodes to figure out how you're going to get off.
Well, they just need to wait for the Purgles to come back, and they'll be fine.
Well, that's where they belong.
It's not even the Purgles. They're going to get off here through the
World Between Worlds.
The World Between Worlds. That's what the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. They open up the closet and got into a new world. What they're going to do here is find a portal and get back into their
The standard North American barn owls also
This made no sense.
on this planet.
yo,
I don't-
No sense.
Yeah, I agree too. I'm like, what the fuck was the point of this? Like, is she gonna have a band of outlaws now?
Yes.
Like, is that...
Yeah, so when they do season 2, they'll have a couple episodes where they're fighting the
Yeah, you're gonna
outlaws.
come across her sitting on a throne or something. See, look, here's what I noticed about this: Lord Balin's wearing lighter colors. He's been wearing solid black all season, but now he's got this
where do you
light
get
brain.
that brown? You're right, and that
light
gray.
brown,
That's interesting. Is he trying to assume the role of the father?
That is a big ass statue.
Hey,
that shit's
Sean, check
forever.
your messenger. I sent you a picture you'll want to present.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn it.
I can present it real quick if you want.
Can you present it to me in the chat?
Yeah. Oh, I can't.
I got it.
Oh, I can do a link. Here we go.
No, I got it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. Let me download it real quick. Save.
Poor Ray Stevenson, such a good character.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know, but it
Man.
also pissed me off that nothing in this last episode. Like, nothing.
Nothing.
Left flat.
Had the most badass
Had they
end
finished-
pose though.
the principal photography before he died?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they did. This show's
So
been in the
then
can
then
for a
they
minute.
Never
Yeah.
intended to finish this character's arc in this show.
Not
or
in this season. Mm-mm.
Yeah, let me show that real quick. Ken. Hold on, give me 1 second. Bring it up in my stuff. Y'all can keep talking though, because I mean,
And
I
of
don't
course,
know
we
what else.
got to see the Morai.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
and that again. That's
I
where
missed
it goes to-
that. I didn't see that.
Oh, that was when Ahsoka and Sabine were talking, and then then you also get to see Anakin. So
Yeah, that was the very end.
And then Anakin gives a smirk.
That shit.
Hated that was the same thing I felt about when Qui-Gon showed up at the end of Obi-Wan. I'm like, God, you could have been there for the whole time, and like it would have been way better.
Oh fuck, yo! I didn't even catch this. Y'all can see this, right?
Yeah,
No, you gotta blow it up. I can't see anything. It's so small.
it's
It's
really
kind of small.
Tried
tiny.
To hold up. I tried to blow it up.
It's just a little guy.
Okay,
Hold
well,
on.
it's like this is not good to YouTubing.
So that guy,
Don't
the
criticize.
guy, so the guy in the middle there is
It was the dad.
basically
That's the
Yeah,
father.
it's the father, the son, and the daughter, and the
the
daughter
daughter's
has her head
headless.
cut off. Yeah,
Yeah.
The
I mean, that's
daughter,
what that
just-
is. That's the exact same portrait.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it, to be honest. I think I spent through this really, really fast and I didn't realize it.
Mhm.
But I can't blow it up for some reason. It won't blow up, but whatever.
so if the daughter's head's cut off, that's the light side, right?
Right. Well, a lot of people have speculated that the daughter is gone from the statue because Ahsoka is now the embodiment of the daughter because
Which
she was given the life force to live back in Clone
Which makes
Wars.
sense. Yeah.
Right. So Balin, they're thinking, is now looking to become or is the father or take that role. Ahsoka is the daughter. So then does Shin fill the role of the son in her?
Please no, don't let it be Sabine. Please don't let it be Sabine.
oh
No.
shit.
Huh?
It won't.
Well, Sabine is with them.
Yeah, but so is Shin.
Shin might turn to the dark, might turn to the good side, and Sabine might turn evil.
Didn't look like it. Looked like Shin was like, I need me some bad guys.
But the son
Yeah.
wasn't inherently evil. He was just representing the dark side. So
Yeah.
he chose to be evil. Just he was supposed to balance the dark side and not.
Well,
And they're off to Dathomir.
And Enoch didn't do it the whole
Mm.
show.
yo, did this remind
He
me?
looks awesome, but it's just like another Captain.
It's reminded me of Indiana Jones. Like,
Yeah,
there's
that's
a
right.
crate in there.
It reminded me. Yeah, it's like, oh, well, ain't that a bitch?
Harrison Ford is just gonna come fucking swinging by on a fucking whip and be like, wrong franchise.
That'd be hilarious. Man.
Enoch's middle management. Give orders, take orders.
This is the bullshit.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was being escorted by two ships, or am I
Yeah, like-
tripping?
2 A-Wings.
So
They were two
so
A-wings.
So he
so
must
he
have
had
radioed something.
they had to radio, right? And then they're just like, what did he say on the radio? Like, stormtrooper coming in for
Yeah.
landing, like.
We gave an old code, whatever.
Yeah.
But then they wouldn't have come out. They always have to show hair like that, though.
Yeah.
Don't
Who
they? Go back 10 seconds, Sean. Bam.
Yep.
Yeah,
Perfect 10 seconds.
that has to be like
Yams.
part of her clause in the contract or something.
Constant ass shots.
Yeah. When they radio, who is this? I'm going to surprise you.
Now,
So
I love
what's
how
going to
her-
happen, right? Like, Ezra's going to take on Jason as his Padawan. Like, this is why
Even though
Ezra
Ezra
got to go
is
home.
Yeah.
fairly useless right now.
Well, I'm hoping maybe he was just useless because he was a hermit for 15 years.
Probably. He's,
Yeah.
rusty. I get it.
Yeah, her
It give-
performance right here was awesome. Like seeing she did such a good mix of being. You could tell she was glad to see her friend, but also knew it meant Thrawn was back.
Yep.
So the performance really was good here.
Yeah. And here, let's lower our weapons before he even takes his helmet off.
And I did like this because, like, she was kind of like a mother figure for him in Rebels.
You like
Yeah.
he had to wear that from Thrawn shit. Like you would think he would change, you know, like as soon as you
Or
get
just
out.
As soon as you
rip
get off.
part of it off. Yeah.
Like this had somebody die in it more than once.
No,
Gross.
yeah, that was yeah. It has
Yeah,
to
like, did he
smell
leave
good.
his clothes behind on the?
So they're all of their Thrawns over there looking on the fucking loading dock, like, okay, wait a second. The clothes. I'm missing a fucking ship. What the fuck happened?
Oh man,
Shadows in the starlight.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was hoping to see something up there, but I didn't see nothing.
Well, you see Anakin.
Oh, yeah, but again, like, who cares?
So
He's
does
not
a
doing
s-
anything right now.
does Ahsoka see him?
That looks like a shot of like you see like hanging on your very religious grandmother's like kitchen wall.
Like
or
those
something.
old Obi-Wan photos of you and McGregor where it was
That
like,
is-
this is Jesus.
That is our Lord and Savior,
Oh,
Jesus Skywalker.
oh man,
Look at it. Look at that.
Jesus,
But he looks concerned and then he smiles.
that was it. That was it. That I thought there was gonna be like a little, cliffhanger at the end. There was nothing. It was just
I give
Yeah.
this season as a whole a high sidekick because I had a good time.
wow.
But I think
I will second that high side kid.
Yeah.
I think it can be this season can be a hero upon further seasons that flesh out this story more, and as a whole story, it could be a hero. But as a
and I
season,
also, and Steve, I also think this season could be a sidekick or a low sidekick if what comes afterwards fails.
oh yeah,
Ooh.
we all loved episode 7 until episode 8 came out, and then episode 9, and then episode 7 started to stink just like the other two.
Yeah, I agree.
Very, very true.
Ed, Kenneth, one of y'all.
Oh yeah, I agree with the little high sidekick on it. I think the only show that got a hero for me was Mando season 1. The rest of them have been high sidekicks, except for Boba Fett. Boba Fett was just a sidekick for me. So they're making good content and just not quite great yet.
Has Mandalorian had 2 or 3 seasons?
3.
3.
I really like season 2 of Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's when Ahsoka showed up, and Luke.
Ed.
Yeah, no, I'm right in with everybody else. I mean, I brought it up last week that I was worried how it was going to end. It wasn't as bad as I thought it could be, but still wasn't up to what I was hoping for. So, yeah, I mean, I'm waiting for the fan edit. When are we going to get that to where somebody goes and puts all this into like a 2.5, 3 hour and makes it better?
Which this should have been, right? Like
There'd have to be more
of-
conversations that people have to make it better. If they
Well-
edited anything out, you wouldn't know what the fuck was going on.
I agree with none of you, and this season gets a hero from me because
It's weird because I
listen,
almost gave every episode a hero, and then the
it
season
gave
I'm
me
like,
everything I kind of wanted, and it was more than what I needed, and I'm happy with that, and I'm okay with it. It's okay. It was it was better than Boba Fett, even though I did like Boba
yes.
Fett.
Yes.
It was.
It wasn't better than Andor.
No.
wasn't-
No,
It
no,
wasn't better
not
than,
even
It
close.
wasn't better
Okay,
than
fuck
season
that.
1
Andor
of
is
Mando.
like this level.
Andor is tops. Andor is
Right,
number
that's what
one.
I'm saying. So
It's top
if you're looking at this, right, it's Andor, Mando season 1, probably Mando season 2,
Season 2 is
Ahsoka.
right up there, man.
yeah,
You remember that-
Ahsoka,
Yeah.
I agree.
Mando
Look.
season 3, Boba Fett.
Let's not forget how Mandalorian season 2 ended. I mean,
Yes.
God damn.
Yeah,
That-
Luke Skywalker.
yeah. See, that
Putting
was the
the
problem.
work in.
This didn't end with that holy shit moment, and that was some. Even Mando season 3 ended with a little bit of oh shit kind of moment.
Do you
And
remember
you're
that,
like,
Sean?
oh.
Season 2 of like you have Mandalorian locked in the fucking control room with Bo-Katan
Oh, that's-
and Grogu, and there's droids outside. What are we gonna do? And then you just
Amazing.
see the fucking X-wing come flying through in the window, and you're like, oh my god,
I
are they
think-
gonna do it? Would they dare?
I think episode
That was,
the Clone Wars.
that was the best finale episode
Oh.
of any of these seasons.
Hold on.
It was so good.
Amazing.
He walks out, bam, green lightsaber, just like, just
I think the biggest
Ah.
issue,
Dan's dad.
was that Clone Wars episode was so high that everything else kind of went, tinkered down, because that Clone Wars episode was fucking amazing. And I think that was a high level of this. And then it just kind of tinkered down all the way.
What do you know? When the Ahsoka show focused on Ahsoka for the only episode that it did that, it was really good.
Yeah. Fucking crazy.
I kind of wanted, not for nothing, like you watch The Mandalorian, Mandalorian's in every episode. Pretty much the main focus of every episode.
Yeah.
Ahsoka, one episode she got out of 8, where she was the main focus.
Yeah. So I guess, hey man, listen, I appreciated y'all for coming on for Stargeekz. This was fun. I enjoyed it. I will be continuing every week.
I'm mad that we weren't doing this when Andor was happening, because
Steve, are you fucking kidding? Yo, Steve, we fucking loved Andor so much.
We would go off on the geeks though. Don't get me wrong. Like every week, like
so good. Yo, Steve was.
I remember after episode 1, we were just like, "Is this like the best ever, or like what are we doing here?" Oh my god.
Well, next up, the Skeleton Crew. Jude Law. Right.
I have high hopes, but I don't know. I heard it's like Stranger Things. I heard it's like, it's like kid oriented. So I don't know. We'll see.
But it's a new thing, right? It's new IP. It hasn't been really explored before in cartoons and stuff.
We have also Acolyte, right?
Acolyte. Did any of you
guys see 100 years
trailer?
Before Clone Wars?
Yeah. Did any of you guys see
that leaked trailer looked amazing. It's like a lot of like kind of samurai
There's one scene.
Yeah.
Did any of you see it?
Yeah.
So like the scene at the end where the one lady busts out the lightsaber and then like fucking 15 more light up right next to her. I was like, oh.
And we've never had that, like a squad deep fighting with Jedi. Kind of almost had it.
We had that in episode 2.
Yeah,
but it was just super fast in the background, and
where they were fighting those giant dragonfly guys.
As long as they don't take any of their choreography from Ezra, we'll be all right.
So in his fighting.
So in the coming weeks on the show, we're going to be reviewing some animated shows, some Star Wars news. If you guys want to join in, you guys are welcome. I know me and Ed already talked about it, but
I'm just waiting for the film series that covers the Ewok movies.
It's on the list.
Oh, it's coming, baby boy.
Oh yeah. Caravan of Courage.
Not for this, dude. I fucking love those movies.
We never reviewed them.
Unironically,
not for this, but we've already reviewed those. But
did we?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna review it for this though. It's gonna be a little bit more in depth. That was so long ago, though.
Ewok movie.
That was podcast.
It was episode 7 Disney Plus.
Yes.
Yeah. That was podcast format. Now we're doing it.
It's the Droids animated cartoon. We should review episode by episode.
Listen. Whatever y'all want to do, I'm in for it. But I'm doing this every week. So listen, if y'all want to jump in, y'all can do it. But I'm in there. But anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. This is Sean.
This is Lil.
This is Steve.
This is Ed.
This is Kenneth.
And may the Force be with you until next time. Thank you for joining the show.